it does prevent tool pull-out. Doesn't negate it entirely, but with the heavy-duty roughing applications, you really do need something that is going to grip the tool to prevent scrappage. He gave me one on demo, and it doubled the tool life because the accuracy of the holder, the vibration was a lot less.
Hello and welcome to the MTD Podcast. My name is Joe Reynolds and I'm a proud member of the MTDCNC team. Joining me today, we've got some new faces. Tom, our Global Content King, is that your job title, Tom? Tom Skabula. And also I'm joined by ITC's Ben Morgan and Luke Insley, both of which are here on behalf of ITC for the first time. Gents, welcome to the podcast. How are we doing?
All good, Joe. Thanks for having us.
Tom, it's your first one.
It is, yes. First podcast.
Pressure's on. Right, if I come to you first, Ben, what's the experience been like today? We've been here in the studio filming, obviously not what you sign up for, is it, when you join a company, but how did it go?
No, I've avoided the interviews at all costs at my last place that I've worked. Purely once it's on the internet, you know. If you say something wrong, it's always there. But no, it was good. Got incredibly hot in here very quick after we started filming. But no, very welcoming, and it was a great environment to be in.
So MTD have been into your old machine shop, have they?
Yes. So I previously worked at Chris Tech in Melksham, and I think you guys have been there when they acquired their Matsura.
I think that was me, actually. That was a good video, that one. That was good. Yeah, and Luke?
Yeah, no, it's good. I've been here before, previous company, but yeah, it was... Still, the nerves are still there. It's, Ben said it gets very hot in here, and
I don't think it does. I just think you get nervous.
You got everything in your head, but you can't get it out.
And Tom, your first technical corner working for the company.
Yes, I'm going to side with them and say it does get very hot in here. I'm afraid.
Yeah. So if we move on to the products and start with you, Ben, what did we talk about today?
So we spoke about the BIG KAISER holders. We spoke about the HMC chucks and the Mega Synchro tapping heads.
So for the people, it's obviously available, well, it will be available on the channel, depending when you're listening to this podcast. Tell us about them, why you should use them, and what they are, essentially, for people that don't use Synchro tapping holders. So
we spoke about two types today. We spoke about the HMC chucks, which are our BIG KAISER's high-power milling chucks. As a standard, BIG KAISER offer face and taper across the entire tooling range. They come in they're predominantly used for roughing applications. You can clamp anywhere from 32 mil all the way down to 3 mil in different sleeving applications, different coolant provisions through coolant or, through down the sides of the cutters to help swarf evacuation. And we also spoke about the tapping holders, which are available, which can extend your tool life and reduce tapping forces by up to 90%.
Tom, what do you think of these? I know you had to go reviewing these products as well. Have you used similar products in your previous role on a machine?
Yeah, I use the Synchro tapping heads, and I think they're really good. They account for if your machine's not brand new, if your belts are slightly worn, it gives you that little bit just to try and keep your tap there. So yeah, I think they're quite good. But what about the collets as well? Because the collets are specially made for them as well, aren't they?
So each tapping extension goes into a tapping extension holder. They're interchangeable from the holder, but each tapping extension is designed for a specific tap, be it from M1 all the way up to M36, I believe. And they've got the square drive at the back. So it's very specific, which enables, a better run out of the tap when put into the extension.
And you mentioned the milling chucks before. Why should somebody use I would call a high performance milling chuck ahead of, some of the other systems on the market? What are the big benefits?
So, as I said before, the best improvement is the face and taper, the dual contact. The high power milling chuck, when you're clamping on a tool, it's far superior on grip strength in comparison to a standard collet holder. It does prevent tool pull-out, doesn't negate it entirely, but with the heavy-duty roughing applications, you really do need something that is going to grip the tool to prevent scrappage.
Now, would you only use them for roughing, or could you use them for finishing as well?
You can use them for finishing, but they are primarily designed for roughing to extend tool life, higher accuracy, 10 micron run out, up to 4 times D. And they are all checked at inspection in Switzerland when they're made.
I guess we are hitting jobs harder than ever, aren't we? Traditionally, you'd just use, drop down the Z-axis, a machine, you slot in or 10, 20, 30% you step over, whatever it may be. But with some of these eye machining, trochoidal milling strategies, the tool is engaged all the time, most of the time, and also, the flute length, most, if not all the flute lengths engaged.
It is. So I remember the person who I replaced because he retired, when they first started selling them at ITC, he come in and he said to me, you need to try one of these. It's going to improve your tool life and everything like that. And I didn't believe him at first. I was 5 years into my career and I said, oh no, I'm happy with my ER32. I then had a 16 mm mill pull-out whilst trochoidal roughing, and he gave me one on demo, and it doubled the tool life because the accuracy of the holder, the vibration was a lot less during that machining process. It extended our tool life, and the part quality was better.
You said something earlier, didn't you? You said you don't realise how much you need once you've got it.
Yeah, very much so. I mean, it's very easy to be set in your own ways and not try something new, but from first-hand experience when milling, they really do, extend the tool life, and it is a much better operation with that holder incorporated.
I presume you can hit that job just that little bit harder.
You can. I've always worked in an environment where the tools need to last all night. I've worked on multiple pallet loading machines, and most of the time it's unmanned. Being able to have the confidence that tool's going to last all night because, from the outset, it's good quality. It's just quite reassuring that the 13 hours you're not in the factory, your machine's going to produce 32 good parts.
See, I've used this sort of holder before, and obviously they are brilliant for roughing out. But something I always found with them, and I don't know if you found the same, but we used to use one for roughing, but we also used to use one for finishing, just because the run out of the holder makes it so much easier to get a tolerance on a part compared to a normal ER32. So they guarantee a 10 micron run out at 4 times D of whatever you're putting into the holder. That's saying that they guarantee it. It can be less. It's a tolerance. It could be a lot tighter. And I've used them for finishing and they've replaced my hydraulic holders. And I've machined 5 micron diameter bores with it. They are extremely good, extremely versatile. I've used them for solid carbide drilling, and just all round really. They are fantastic holders.
And Luke, don't worry, we haven't forgot about you. How's life at ITC?
Yeah, it's good. I've been there since February. Really enjoying it. I think we've got a brilliant portfolio. It's just all good.
And speaking of your portfolio, today we talked about with your end mills, one in particular. What can you tell us about it?
Yes, we spoke about our WC4, which is our economical very mill. It's kind of going to market to your smaller to medium-sized machine shops, kind of entry-level trochoidal strategies. It's just a very versatile tool at affordable price.
Yeah, when we look at the ITC range, certainly when you've obviously got the UK produced product, and you've also got the WIDIA solid carbide range, kind of complements each other perfectly, doesn't it?
Exactly, yeah. So we've got the WIDIA range just to strengthen our own, really, because with WIDIA we've got the ISO turn-in and indexable milling to extend our portfolio, but also we've got the solid carbide, and some of their solid carbide is really impressive stuff. So
it must be one of the hardest parts of your job, actually, deciding, crikey, I need a 10 mil, very mill, end mill here to do a bit of 316L, whatever it may be. Where on earth do you start? You've got probably 20 end mills that do a similar job. So is it down to the customer saying, I need this part off quick? Or is it, I need tool life, I'm price sensitive, don't worry about the cycle time? I mean, is it down to the customer or down to you?
Very customer driven. So we kind of look at the market they're in, the machines they're using, and kind of select the best tool that's going to benefit them.
Just quick, what's your delivery like on tools? Because we used to use a few companies who really started to struggle, where you'd see like you'd order a tool and you'd be waiting a week, 2 weeks for a single tool. So what's your delivery like on tools? If say I rang you at 9 o'clock on a Monday, when would that tool be in?
So most of our tools are held in stock in the UK, so we can offer next day delivery.
See, that's brilliant, because we really struggled sometimes with tools.
You need a stopwatch, not a calendar for theirs.
Yeah.
Yeah, but joking aside, you've got in a previous podcast, we talked to Paul Entz about the UK manufacturing business, which is an exceptional business on its own without your third-party products. But to be able to offer world-class solutions from your partners, your suppliers, and UK manufactured products, UK design manufactured products, it's got to be a massive advantage, Luke.
Yeah, definitely. Just to being able to have the UK facility, it's just makes such a massive difference. For some customers, if they need like a special radius or a bit of necking, we can turn that around really quickly. Like that'd be 2 days maybe, and that's the kind of market we're in. We've got to react and get things out quickly.
And the price of the raw material, that's not going down, is it? That's going to continue to rise. People are looking to use these tools more often. We get more and more regrinds out of a tool. Is that something you offer in Tamworth?
Yeah, so we offer full regrind package for drills, end mills, everything we can kind of regrind. So.
Yeah, we are due to come and see ITC very, very soon, actually. I'm looking forward to seeing it. Have you been there, Tom?
No, I haven't, but I would be really interested to go along and see what they do, because I've never actually seen an end mill being ground.
Is that right? There we are.
Never seen one.
It'll be another first for Tom Scabula.
It will be.
You'll have to come along. But gents, thank you so much for coming in, and hope it wasn't too painful in the technical corner.
Thanks for having us.
Cheers,
Wish you every success at ITC, and obviously wish the rest of the staff at ITC well. We'll see you soon.
Thanks.